Excuse me, Governor. Excuse me. I was wondering if I could have a look at the crown jewels. I don't possibly know what you mean, but, would you like a jelly baby? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If we could just step this way, and then I'll get a closer look at those crown jewels. What exactly are you implying? Well, you and your glamorous assistant would be very useful to me in my research. Oh yeah, we've been travelling all the way from Somerset, so you'd be really doing us a favour by letting us see those crown jewels. There we go. Is that close enough to look for you? Oh yes, oh yes. Mind if I just grip them further? Oh, get off me. Do we get a cable storm as well? Doctor, what's going on? Oh, Romana, this will all be over in just a second. Mistress, maximum defense mode. No, K9, don't shoot them. Oh, help me. Get off, doggy. Oh. Hello Whovians, and welcome back to my latest Doctor Who review, where today we start season 16 of the show, which is Tom Baker's 5th season as the Time Lord. And today we are going to be talking about the Ribos Operation, which is also the introduction of Romana. Woo! Yay! Romana the First. This story was written by Robert Holmes and was directed by George Spenton Foster, and the basic plot of the story is as follows. The Doctor is summoned by a mysterious and powerful White Guardian and sent on a quest to find the 6 segments of the Key to Time, which once assembled will restore the balance to the universe. Joining the Doctor and K9 is the smart and sassy Romana, a Time Lady, fresh from the Academy. Landing on the wintry planet of Ribos to locate the first segment, the TARDIS crew quickly find themselves embroiled in little local trouble with a pair of con men and an unstable warlord. Okay, there we go. That's the essential premise of the Ribos Operation. Okay, the Ribos Operation. Well, this is a fun story. I really like this story. It's a ton of fun, and I really do think that this is a pretty hilarious story. I think it's a very light-hearted comedy. It's quite fun. There's it's almost like a bit of a heist, really, because there's this whole kind of jewel smuggling going on. And I think that it's also a great introduction to Romana as well, played by Mary Tamm. Of course, there will be a second Romana, but we won't get to her till the next season. But I think Mary Tamm is a great Romana. I mean, judging only from this one story, I haven't yet to see the rest of the season, but I think Mary Tamm is great, and I think her and Tom Baker have some really fantastic chemistry. So that is really good to see. And, I mean, most of the first scene with them is them bickering, so they do kind of, you know, almost like a married couple in a way. But no, I really do like, the Doctor and Romana in this story. And I think Tom Baker as well is really good. I think he's fantastic in the story. They don't get as much to do in the first half of the story, but as the story goes on, they do gradually get a bit more to do. The supporting cast do take quite a bit of charge in this story, which is good. It is quite a talky story, but in a way, it's actually quite fun. In a way, it's quite fun. This story made me laugh quite a bit. John Leeson returns as the voice of K9, and he is also very good. I really like his appearance in the story. You've also got Cyril Luckham, who plays the White Guardian. I mean, he's only at the very start of the story, but I like the fact that they're setting up this Key to Time story arc, which of course will go across the season, sorry. And I believe this is the first time that we've had like a season story arc where there's been like a little thread of a plot that's kind of been that is gonna be developed. Sorry, over the season. Sorry, I couldn't get the words out there. Obviously, this will become more prominent in the new series with Stephen Moffat. But yeah, no, I like the idea of the Key to Time plot, and obviously they've yet to find 5 more segments of the Key to Time, so I look forward to seeing where it goes from there. Garen and Unstoff, the con men, they are very funny in this story. I really like them. I think they're quite amusing characters. They basically impersonate other people to try and steal the Key to Time, essentially. There is another name for it, but I've forgotten what it's called. I think the Jethra, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Jethra. They attempt to steal the Jethra, so they put on some accents, and they attempt to do so. Garen puts on a posh accent, a posh English accent like this. He likes to talk like this, whereas normally he's like a Cockney man, and he would normally speak like this. All right, mate. You know, I had to do this, Doctor, in my normal voice, but now I'm going to do it in my other voice. I mean, he doesn't say that, but that's the accent he does. And then Unstoff, who talks basically how I do with a sort of Southern English accent, he puts on a Somerset accent. You know, like he's from Somerset. He come down from the country, and he's come to steal this for himself, and they're going to beggar off afterwards. So yeah, I mean, sorry if those accents were terrible, but that's essentially a rundown of what they do in this story, and they can be quite amusing as well. So that definitely adds a lot of like relief to the story. It's nice to have more of a comedic story. I like that. I think it works really well. You've got Sholak, played by Robert Keegan. He's very good in the story. I really like him. And the villain, Graf, Vindicate, played by Paul Seed. He's a good villain. He's very good. Everyone's just wonderfully over the top in this story, and that's what makes it entertaining. It's just so damn funny to watch everyone's performances here. There's this woman called the Seeker, who's like this kind of fortune teller, or well, not fortune teller. She can kind of seek people out, and she wears this really abstract white and black makeup, and she's like, "Oh, I can find them. Oh, I can see them. Oh." I mean, she doesn't say that, but that's essentially, in that sort of mannerism, that's what she does. There could be a few more female characters. I think maybe that's one criticism I have. I mean, it's only a minor gripe, but I would have liked to have seen a few more female characters. You've got Timothy Bateson as Binro. He is basically a hermit that's been living in the castle somewhere, and he actually helps hide Unstoff. I think that's how you say his name, Unstoff. And Binro's a good character. It's quite tragic that he dies in the story. I didn't see that coming. I think the climax of the story is quite entertaining, and it's funny how the Doctor actually knows that Garen is going to steal the Key to Time, and then he switches with the rock, and then he switches it back, so he cons the con men, lol. I generally think that's really it. There's not much to the story. It's quite fun, and it romps along. It's 4 parts long. There are a couple of slow moments in part 3, but generally nothing major. It's a 4-part story, and it brisks by fairly well. It's written well by Robert Holmes, and I think he's proved that he can write some good comedy, which is good. It's directed by George Spenton Foster, who does a good job, I think. Keeps the story tight, and he keeps it moving. I don't think this is a good introduction to Romana, and I look forward to seeing the future chemistry, lol, between them. And it's nice that K9 got his moment to shine in the story as well. He gets involved in the action as it goes on, which is nice. Well, this is K9 Mark II, of course, because K9 Mark I stayed with Leela on Gallifrey at the end of the last story. So yeah, I mean that's kind of it really. There's not too much to it. The production design I think is really good. I like the sets and the music as well. The music sounds mostly like it was composed on an organ this time, like you'd be in a church and you'd hear the organ play. But no, it works for the story, and it's a fun story. It is really funny, and I really do quite like it. And again, Tom Baker does a great job. He's still got it. 5 seasons in, he's still enjoying the part. He's still loving it. So that's good. Okay, so just to wrap up, I think I will probably score the Ribos Operation. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. yeah, it's not fantastic. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. But generally speaking, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So my sort of main criticisms would be that maybe there could have been a few more female characters, and perhaps a couple of pacing problems, but not anything major. Really, not anything major. It's an improvement over the previous story, in my opinion. Okay, so next time on Doctor Who Review, the Pirate Planet. Yar! And God hope it's a better story than the Space Pirates. But so yeah, and the Smugglers as well. God, that was bad as well. Thank you very much for watching. What do you think of this review? Please comment down below and let me know. And what do you think of the story? Please comment down below and let me know. Stay tuned next time for my review of the Pirate Planet. So until next time, see you soon. Bye for now.